Good evening and welcome to the Universidad Europea de Valencia. Welcome to this new virtual session. My name is Carmen Lozano. I'm from the New Students Department, and it's for me both an honor and a pleasure to welcome you once again to this journey to our second open house event of this following season of this year, 2024, which aims to shed light upon our bachelor's degrees. Some of them taught 100% in English. First of all, I want to introduce us. I want you to know about our university. So please let me show you how we're doing things with the following video.
¿Nunca te has preguntado qué hay más allá de esas cuatro paredes? Ingeniera, no está mal. Y más allá de todas esas preguntas que siempre te haces. Javi, me dejas sin palabras. La respuesta está solo a un paso. Universidad Europea. Ve más allá.
So, as you may know, and for those that don't, we are a private university, an international private university, whose main campus landed in Madrid in 1989. After that, we opened another two locations, more boutique locations, in Valencia, Alicante, and Canary Island, in Tenerife as well. Today we are gonna put our focus in this virtual session in our campuses in Valencia and Alicante, where we started our project almost 20 years ago and never stopped growing since then. Let's see what I'm talking about with the following video. So, as you already seen, we are just so located in the heart of the city center, with two different campus located along the Turia River. And we are really happy to announce that we just had opened our new one, which is now the largest campus of university in the city, Turia campus, and will be finished just in the following months. This campus will be ready for the faculties of social sciences and STEAM as well. We talk about that later again. So why do you must study with us? Now we are going to talk about it, but that. But first, let me put the focus in our little sister, our new little sister that was opened just a few months ago. Our new campus in Alicante. We have started with our best ranked health sciences degrees. So we just opened with dentistry, physiotherapies, psychology, and odontología in Spanish, and also nursery. But we're going to talk about all of the academic stuff later. I really just put the focus and mention just surely because there are just a few ones. In Valencia, we have many offer, a very vast offer, so cannot be possible to know in a few seconds. So, All right. So studying in the Universidad Europea is not just a place where you will attend classes, but a platform also for you to spring into the real world with a more globalized and digitalized mentality. You can see on the screen all our numbers. We are the most international university in Valencia. About 50% of our students are international and come from more than 60 countries worldwide. So that once again make us the most international university in Valencia and one of the most international universities in Spain and Europe as well. As a student, as a Universidad Europea student, you will be able to complement all your training with internships and training placements in more than 40 different countries. See on the screen, we boast more than 300 agreements with companies and different universities worldwide. We are now more than 5,500 students, talking only about degrees students and talking only about Valencia. So we're becoming really big, and we offer more than 50 different degrees. So the offer it's becoming every year bigger. And of course, we know employability it's a really important thing. It's important to you. And that's why we strive to bring you as close as possible to the real world from day one. You can see, and you will see all along of this presentation that I'm gonna put I'm going to put the focus in that point again uh, many times because I know that it's really important for you. We have signed agreements, as I told you before, and built enduring relationships with a multitude of companies and institutions worldwide, where you as a student will get that practical experience working hand in hand with a professional of your field. For example, be that an engineering, a psychologist, or a CEO, just to mention a few examples. And we cannot pass over our academic model because that's one of the most important things of university. But first, talking before on the employment thing and the companies we work with. You can see a few examples of them, as for example, yeah, IKEA, the best banks in Spain, Airbus, Ford, best hospitals too. So yeah, and not everything is going to be about studies. So that's why we offer you also a lot of different and extra academical options. For example, the clubs that I'm going to mention now, or all the extracurricular activities, all the attention volunteer programs, or study guidance, all the workshops, all the volunteer programs, as I mentioned just now, all the clubs. We are one of the most, we are a university with one of the most, one of the universities, sorry, with more number of clubs, academic and extra academic. For example, if you decide to study with us, you will be able to join our volley team or basket or running club, cinema club. You can see on the screen just the sport ones, but we boast like gamer clubs or many different topics where you can choose. And you as a student will be able to create these clubs that will be financed as well by the university. So I think it's really important to mention as well. But as I told you, we cannot pass over our academic model, which is probably one of the things we are more proud of. We are overall a university characterized by our emphasis in the learning by doing. That is, that a large portion of our degrees curriculum are spent outside the traditional classroom, within our own campus laboratories, for example, workshops, simulation zones, as well as in real life professional settings will be. For example, like an Airbus factory, sorry, a physical therapy clinic, a hospital, or a multinational company. And students will also enjoy our pioneer facilities with oral simulation zones, as we mentioned, or all of the different fields we offer you as a student. These environments allow you to learn in a safe way as a preliminary step to professional internships. And fortunately, we have more than 300, as I mentioned, agreements with companies for you to carry out your internships. So in that way, you will feel 100% comfortable and confident of yourself once you finish the degree. Also, it's really important to mention that about 80% of our professors, sorry, are active professionals within their fields. So you always will always have a close link to the professional world. Remember that we are a really practical university. All right. After all this presentation and all this introduction, I think that it's time to get the focusing on the academic thing. I started talking about our academic model, but now it's time to proceed explaining all our faculties. As I mentioned before in this session, I'm going to explain all our bachelor's degrees in Spanish and English as well. Once I start to mention to explain each degree, I'm gonna get point and to avoid confusion, I'm gonna get it clear if it's in Spanish or if it's teached in English. Okay, so please kindly know that all of our English degrees are 100% in English, except the bilingual ones. But I'm gonna explain. So yeah, so I'll try to avoid the possible mistakes and doubts. And please, if you have any doubt or want to mention anything, just feel free to ask in our chat. Just any academic or any extra academic thing, and at the end of the session, I'm gonna answer as much as possible. All right, so please don't stop to get any anything you wanna mention or ask or just say. All right. So you can see we have in Valencia, in this case, we have 3 different faculties: the health sciences faculty, the social sciences faculty, and the School of Science, Engineering, and Design. We start with the health sciences faculty. Yeah, any. So with more than 50% of international students, the Faculty of Health Sciences contributes to develop or to contribute, sorry, to the development of each individual's potential to improve people's health and, of course, quality of life. Overall, the training model integrates knowledge, competencies, skills, and values through a methodology based on interprofessional trainings and the resolution of real-life cases throughout advanced simulation techniques as well. After gaining experience with our simulating settings, which they will experience from almost day one, the students then will treat real patients and at the university dental clinic, for example, our center which provides more than 4,000 consultations and perform more than 6,000 treatments per year. So we're going to start with dentistry because we just already have talked about university dental clinics. So, or maybe one of the best ranked and highlighters degrees in our campus in Valencia and Alicante as well is our degree in dentistry. It's 100% in English. It's ranked as one of the three best where you can study. And we have the best simulation techniques, as I mentioned, the best laboratories, and of course the best teachers to learn. I think the best way to know what I'm referring is to see the following video showing all the faculty and specifically all the dental all the dental facilities. So let's get with the following video. All right, so let's start. I already get the old introduction, but let's start with dentistry. As you may know, dentistry it's a 5-year program. I like to point out, like as I already mentioned, but yeah, I'm sorry for me to repeating, but I think it's really important to put the focus in all the techniques and all the technologies that we are offering you. And health sciences faculty, all these laboratories and all the practical approaching you will experience is a really, really important thing I think, to like point out. For example, we have the small lab in which the students will employ unique and virtuality reality simulators. They will experience in a virtual reality with the glasses how it would be some specific consultant, or how it would be a specific care or treatment for a patient. And from the very beginning, the students will acquire all the necessary skills and abilities for all the patient care, as I mentioned. Let's continue with psychology. Psychology, it's offered also both in English and in Spanish. You may see on the screen, we point out and we difference all like the degrees you can choose to study in English or Spanish, on the ones that we are offering only in Spanish. In this case, in psychology, you will be able to choose between a Spanish degree or English. Please kindly note that if you choose any of our degrees in English, you must pass an English test with a B2 or C1 level of the language to be able to study in English. And the same will happen in Spanish. If you are foreigner and you will like to study with us any degree in Spanish, you will get the minimum level we are asking for. That would be about a B2 or C1 of Spanish in this case. All right, so continuing with psychology, you will gain a deep understanding of human behavior, of course, to help improve society. Now, psychology is one of the most demanded degrees worldwide. All the mental health, it's getting a higher importance. So you will carry out internships. You will have, in fact, more than 600 hours of internships. You will experience different fields. So once you finish, you will be able to choose which field would you like to uh, be a professional in, and you will feel like 100% comfortable to treating and diagnosing patients in real life setting. All right, now it's time to biotechnology. Biotechnology, it's like psychology and like dentistry. You can choose studying in English or Spanish. We offer both in Valencia, but biotechnology is not offered in Alicante. It's only in Valencia. Dentistry and psychology are offered in Alicante in Spanish, and dentistry is offered in Alicante in English too. But biotechnology, it's all in Valencia and it's in English and in Spanish as well. You can choose. And comparing to the other biotechnology, it's slightly wider in scope. So it allows students to gain experience in different and various fields outside of the purely biomedical world, and with a bit more of an entrepreneurial approach. I mean, you will learn, for example, all the pharmaceutical industry, or that as well as the latest technological advances in bioscience, but also you will acquire the skills needed to develop and improve the design of, for example, new food products, of new drugs, or the remediation of contaminated environments, among many others. So probably if you like all the investigation and you like the technology, probably biotechnology, it's the right fit for you. It's the right degree for you. All right. So I think, now it's time for physiotherapy. Physiotherapy, it's a 4-year program as the others, with the exception of dentistry, which is, as I mentioned, a 5-year program. Is designed to provide you the skills and knowledge to work as a physiotherapist, of course, in a number of different settings depending on your interest. So throughout the physiotherapy degree, which is a thought as well in our campus in Valencia and in Alicante, only in Spanish in both cases, in both campus, you will have access to top class facilities, including a simulated hospital, what we have in both campus, in Valencia and Alicante, structure and function and campus, labs and more. And our university has named as the best private center and the second best in Spain for studying the bachelor's degree in physiotherapy, according to the 2022 ranking in El Mundo newspaper. So it's a great opportunity for you as a student to getting ready with us in our university. You will train in a safe 100 real environment where you will confront many simulated clinical cases. You will interacting with other health students, such nursing and dentistry, and we are always from first year trying you to study within our structure and functions laboratories in order that you feel with anatomical models and virtual reality glasses, as the case of dentistry, as well as our human performance research lab. It's a great option after of that you to continue your training in our School of Real Madrid, for example, that we have in Madrid, all the sports installations, which are so great and offer many different programs after once you are graduate. And last but not least, we have a nursery. One of our most demanded degrees here at Universidad Europea and in general, according to the Spanish demand. It's a degree that it's also offered only in Spanish, and it's also offered in Valencia and Alicante. It's the perfect degree if you really care about all the patient care. Sorry for the repetition. And yeah, you will use all the unique techniques, of course, as with the other degrees of health sciences. You will enjoy or simulated hospital or laboratories. From day one, you will experience how it's to treat a patient. You will feel with all the simulators. You will felt all the pressure and all the things you will experience after in a hospital making our internships. And we are really proud, as I mentioned at the start, at the first minutes of the presentation, talking about the internships, because we boast like many different hospitals, most of them private, where the students will get all the internships. So they're going to make a lot of hours. All right, this will conclude all the health sciences faculty, all of our degrees. Please, I just want to remember you students that you can make any question you have in the chat. And at the end of the session, I'm going to answer all of them. You can see the faculties, all the facilities I was mentioned all the time: the clinical simulation, box critical zone, laboratories, all of that. They are so good. Oh, I'm sorry. You can see the different machines we have. It's really great. If any of you have an opportunity to come to any of our campus, please don't waste it, because it's really worth it. It's really nice. Our new campus in Alicante, where I am like physically here, it's really new. It's beautiful. It has a lot of light, and our Valencia campus is in the heart of the city. It's really nice too. And of course, our Madrid campus, it's so big and so beautiful too. So it's the best way, I always tell you, the best way to know really what I'm talking about, and the best way to convince you, it's come here if you have the possibility. If you had not the possibility, that's why I'm here talking of everything about university, trying to help you. All right, now let's take a look at our Faculty of Social Sciences for our future business partners, entrepreneurs, diplomats, or translators. We're going to start with our English offer. All right, we are going to start with our degrees taught 100% in English. And maybe our most popular degrees are our bachelor's degree in business management and entrepreneurship. So it's a 4-year program. It's designed to equip you with the skills to lead in the ever-changing business world. And it's an economic strategic management, human resource management degree. Includes all that involves the business area. And of course, you will acquire with this degree and other skills like communication, leadership, teamwork, so you will be able to adapt to all sorts of the professional environments. And if you didn't conform with that, we have the double degree with marketing. Or degree in marketing, it's of with happens the same as with business management degree. Marketing, it's one of the most popular or most popular degrees at university. It's a 4-year program as well, and it's probably the best option for those that like all the digital media, all the social media thing, which is really on trend right now. And it gives you a real perspective as well of the business area. Maybe not so deep as business management, but it's a really good option if you want to know everything about the digital marketing, the consumer behavior, the value propositions, technological innovation, or business processes, communication as well, and includes the same as business management. Both of them includes train the residency in really great schools all over the world, as for example at Berkeley, Berkeley University in California, or the London Schools of Economics. So once again, it's really worth it. And if you want like to choose, you can both choose the double degree, which is a 5-year program and combines the best worlds, the best parts of two worlds on business and marketing. It's probably a really good option for all our future bosses in the digital companies. And at the end, last but not least, again, we have tourism and leisure management. So by studying this degree, you will be able to lead all the strategy management of any company in the tourism and leisure sector, from hotel administration and travel management and leading businesses in industry. And from day one, you will work on real cases, and throughout the degree, you will complete internships and work placements all over the world. It's a really great option for those that like the business area, but also envision themselves running around the world and being maybe quite nomad. So it's a really great option. As I mentioned before, we have forged relationships and signed agreements with leading international universities, such as the London School of Economics or the University of California, like Berkeley. And we boast more than 100 partnerships with companies, institutions, or law firms, like, for example, Airbus or Louis Vuitton, Ford, Turks and Anderson Legal, just to mention a few ones. So all the degrees we offer in English in this faculty are very, very, very high quality programs. We are improving every time and every year. So any of them would be a really great option, actually. Now it's time. Well, I didn't mention, sorry, that we also have, you're gonna see in the slide, we have also business management in Spanish, like Administración y Dirección de Empresas, with its known in common known as ADE. We have also our marketing degree in Spanish, so you will be able to choose if you would like to, if you prefer to study in English or in Spanish, because we have business management in marketing in both languages. Also, we have ADE, business management with law, in a double degree of ADE más Derecho, which is only offered for now in Spanish. You can see now a few examples we have in our business area. So for example, our entrepreneur club or business law awards. So just to mention a few examples. All right, now it's time to talk about the legal area. Our academic offering in Spanish includes law, as we just surely mentioned with business, but now you can see that we offer in Spanish, we offer criminology, we offer both degrees together, and of course we offer to psychology with criminology, as you may see on screen. But all these degrees are offered in Spanish. And I remember you that you must get a high level of language, in this case, high Spanish level, to be able to study any of our Spanish degrees, independent of the area of your field. But talking about the full English, and I guess it's where you are interested most on talking about, yeah, the bilingual and full English degrees. We offer you international relationships, one of our most popular degrees, where you become an expert in diplomacy and will gain a firm understanding of how sovereign states, NGOs, interest groups, banks, and other international entities communicate with each other out from an international, political, economic, social, and legal perspective. So, if you envision yourself participating in internships within the United Nations or in the European Union, or collaborating on a Spanish diplomatic mission abroad, perhaps this global bachelor is for you. And if you want more, we are offering to our double degree with law 5-year program instead for that it's international relationships. This double degree just aim to train professionals in legal and diplomatic area. It's a multidisciplinary training just to become a global professional, to have a 360 vision, a global vision of everything, and getting an expert in the legal, political, and diplomatic fields. Notice that this degree also includes the international essence in best universities, as the other social sciences degrees we mentioned. And to conclude this area, we have translation and intercultural communication. It's a degree that provides students necessary skills to work in different environments, like, for example, the audiovisual world. So if you want to experience how it's been an international interpreter, or how it's to get in a double actor, you can experience that in our interpretation booths. This bilingual degree is highly recommend for those that like languages and communicating with each other. So it would be a great option if you are not sure about how to study, but you want to secure something that you like. If you like languages, or yeah, it's a perfect degree for those who like languages, as I mentioned, and communicating. So, all right, this will conclude our degrees of social science. Now it's time to pass to our last faculty that we are talking about this afternoon, which are our school of engineering, design, and sciences. You can see on the screen now the highlights of the legal area. And now it's time for all of STEAM school, the School of Design, of Sciences, and Engineering, as I just mentioned now. Notice that all the academic offer you're seeing it's in Spanish. So we are just mentioned shortly, getting with the following degrees. So let's move on to our degree in physics, uh, are a 4-year program. And within this program, during the first 2 years, you'll study the basic principles of this field. And once you're ready, you will be able to choose to specialize in one of the three subjects. For example, computing and data analysis, which focuses on quantum technology as well as many another innovative subjects. Or maybe you prefer to specialize in materials, in which you put into practice your tissue physics or nanotechnology subjects within the materials lab. Or maybe you prefer to specialize in electronics, the most traditional and versatile branch of applied physics. Within this track, you will learn how electronic instrumentation works in practice. Physics has been known as one of the best degrees worldwide to study according to all the Ivy League, so it's a really good option if you like all the artificial intelligence or all the technology and materials, as we mentioned. It's becoming really popular, this degree. If you prefer, on the other hand, to get in an expert in all the big data and for the mathematics of the future, maybe the data science degree is right before you. We are offering also the double degree with physics, a 5-year program that combines the best part of both worlds. But I'm like getting faster. But if you prefer just to choose one degree, maybe data science, would be a great option too. It's designed to train the mathematicians of the future. Sorry, this word is really difficult for me to pronounce. But I'm trying, with a global vision of computing. So once again, this degree it's designed to train the mathematicians of the future with a global vision of computing, calculus, and business as data scientists. And this degree includes a variety of areas and specializations, and our curriculum covers many areas that you can deepen your interest in over time, including operation, development, design, and administration of mass data systems, which is one of the most demanded competencies in the actual and the work world and labor world. And our academic model is based always on the experiential learning. So once again, you will learn doing things. Our methodology is always based in the projects that students will have to make every week almost with different projects and practices. Okay, we are getting now with design, with graphic design, diseño gráfico, perdón, y tecnologías creativas. This is one of our innovative degrees. It's really new. We just launched last year, and it's a 4-year program taught in Spanish that will give you the skills and knowledge to succeed in many areas of design. such as multimedia, audiovisual design, UX design, web design, and will cover subjects such as branding, photography, and digital imaging, sustainable design, and of course is thought but by leading experts who are still active professionals, mean you will get the latest design industry knowledge and keep up to date with trends in the sector, with its always and in this case specifically really really important thing that will keep on the trend right now. And finally, we have our degree in industrial systems engineering and our double degree with business management. Please, once again, I remember that all our academic offer in STEAM school is offered in Spanish. So our last degrees, let's start open at this, starting from the fundamentals of basic sciences like physics, chemistry, mathematics. You will acquire the mechanical knowledge such as resistance of materials, machine design, manufacturing, which will allow you to participate in the manufacturing of any mechanical product if it's what you want, from the simplest to the most complex and delicate systems you can imagine. But also you will be able to get like the director or the boss of the any kind of chain system or operations in any company. And if you choose a double degree, you will be like the Terminator in the work world. I always say that because you will get a 360 profile of knowledge in everything else. You will cover the technical part, but also the management part, which is sometimes even more important for the engineers that want to be an engineer in a company. So we will give you all the skills you were asked for once you are graduating. So if you like both worlds, it's best option you can choose. And now we can see the highlights of this school. You can see the STEAM awards as we had in social sciences faculty. We have also in the STEAM school. Notice that we always try to get related and get practice with the student from the other faculties. So I think it's really interesting for them that like promoting all the time that's this interdisciplinary system that getting closer students from different fields, making projects together, or even making or going to some competitions, and just developing new skills together, working hand in hand. And okay, guys, just finish to talk about our academic offer. Hope all this information will and have been helpful for you. And now it's time to talk about the admission process. It's one of the things you always ask the most, and one of the things that get you more doubt. First, I would like to mention that the application window for this upcoming course, 24-25 academic year, it's currently open, and we encourage you to participate in some of the degrees that we mentioned, that I mentioned. In this case, we are offering until the end of this month 50% off in the reservation fee. So avoid to last to wait. Sorry, to wait to last until last. Sorry, I avoid to wait until last minute because you can be out of the degree of your interest. So what you must do if you want to start the process and become a Universidad Europea student. So as you're seeing the screen, the first step you will be to establish contact with one of our advisors who will be your contact throughout all the admission process. We will assign you an advisor that is a true expert in the degree of your choice. He or she will answer all your questions you may have and will provide you and your family a campus tour of the installations if you want, or a virtual tour, or even an interview with one of the professors of the coordinator of the degree if you need maybe more academic information. Your advisor, we will give you access to your pre-student portal and we'll send you your online admission test. So that will consist on a professional skills test and abilities test, a language test. Depending of the degree of your choice, we will ask you for a specific level, as I was repeating among the virtual session. The professional skills and abilities test will evaluate, for example, how you work in group settings, how you make decisions, your level of empathy and motivation. And after of that, you will be required to have a written interview comprised of 5 questions in which you will need to respond as honestly and detailed as possible. And kindly note that usually the interview is the most important part of the process. So it's important that answer well. And as I mentioned, it's important to point out this, regardless of any previous official language certificates they may have, all the students will need to take a Spanish level exam and an English level exam as well, depending of the country of residence or their home country, depending of where are they from. The tests are about 50 minutes in duration and contain a grammar, listening, and reading section. Of course, if your maternal language is either Spanish or English, you will not need to take that specific test. But in the rest of cases, it will be mandatory for all of our students. All right, upon completing your online admission test, our selection committee will evaluate your results and within about 24 hours, relay your admission status to your advisor who will be in touch with you as soon as possible. If admitted, and if the Universidad Europea is the right fit for you, your next step will be to reserve your place within your pre-student portal. With this, you will guarantee your spot within your bachelor's degree. That will also allow you to proceed forward with your registration process, and we'll get you peace of mind knowing that you are getting new students fast. And also, as you're seeing screen, the reservation fee will permit you to apply for scholarships, which is for many of you also really important. As we know, as we want a knowledge free of barrier, I aim you to ask to our advisors all the information related to that you need to know. And I can kindly note that in our webpage, you can see all the information because you will find there numerous, a lot of different scholarships you can apply to. Lastly, I would like to point out that for all incoming students, for the following year, we do have an early enrollment discount of 50% in the reservation fee this month, and only this month. February is the last month we are offering the early bird discount. This discount applies to almost all aforementioned degrees, with the exception of dentistry and nursery. All right. Now it's time to talk about living in Spain. How is living in Valencia? How is living in Alicante? Two of the best cities in the world. And it's not that I don't say that because I live here. I say that because Forbes magazine known Valencia and Alicante in the top 3 in the world as best cities to live. Both cities are so livable. Both these cities are really sunny. We have more than 300 sunny days by year. Now we are in February and we are in a shirt. We are about almost between 15 and 20 degrees. We are really sunny summers too. It's a really climate climate. We have the beach so close, and it's both cities are two of the most attractive destinations here in Spain. Valencia is the 3rd biggest city in Spain, never stands still. It's now implementing ecological and urban mobility initiatives, such, for example, the new bike paths. It has an extremely efficient public transportation system, and it's that's not surprised that Valencia has earned the title of the World Design Capital last year. So you'll be able to enjoy always, and also best food you ever have, and the variety of flavors is going to steal your heart. And if all that I mentioned is not enough for you to combine to again live here, you can see all the beautiful pictures of Alicante as well. The city with more mountains in Spain, and the city that is always overlooking the sea. If all of this was not enough, please let me put you a video that show you how it is to live in a place, a city like Alicante. Hope that video will convince you. And now talking about all the practical services you need to know, let's start with the health insurance thing. I'm going to, or maybe let's start with accommodation because I think it's best thing we get here. We offer, we have not concerned any accommodation either in Alicante or Valencia. Like we don't have a signed agreement with any resident, but we always recommend the same too because we are so well, they are so well located, just between 5 or 10 minutes walking to the campus. And you can see in the screen the both residents that I'm talking about, or if you prefer to get any flat by your own or sharing an apartment, you can see all the websites, all the links on the screen. And as this presentation, it's going to be keep here. You can always get in there and taking note of the links, or better option, tomorrow an advisor will contact you and you can ask them, he or she, for the accommodation. Usually it's one of the things that you are interested more in solve questions. I mean, you can see with Alicante, it's the same thing. In Alicante, the residents are quite far than Valencia, but the accommodation is cheaper, so you can get really good residence options, or you can share a flat as Valencia, and maybe getting more independence accommodation. It depends of the preferences of of the student. And about or regarding health insurance, there are various options at your disposal, but according to their prices, coverage, and quality of doctors and healthcare staff, we always recommend Nueva Mutua Sanitaria, whose contact information you will find on the screen. You can see the coverage, the most important coverage they offer to our students. In case you are interested, you can get more info. And last, now almost least as well, you can see regarding to your student visa, you can see we provide the documentation needed to fill for your visa throughout the Spanish embassy or consulate in your home country once have confirmed your place and paid your reservation fee for the upcoming academic year. All right, we're finishing all the presentation. And finally, as a future UE students, please take a look and enjoy your first day. How will be your first day with us at university in Valencia?
Welcome to Universidad Europea de Valencia. Today we are going to introduce you to the people that will help you, that will support you, and that will make sure that you have fun at the university too.
Estoy contenta, tenía muchas ganas de tener el primer contacto. Quiero aprender, conocer a gente nueva, voy con un amigo también, socializar, vida universitaria, todo lo que mola.
Je suis content et rassuré des informations qu'on a pu avoir. L'encadrement, l'académie a l'air vraiment sympa. Ça nous donne envie de nous lancer dans la fac et dans notre domaine.
Hope you enjoy our last video. We will now open the floor for Q&A, and within the live chat, you are free to ask us any questions you may have about each degree, the admission process, our campus, living in Spain, wherever. My colleagues or myself will answer each in order of reception. I see that we already have few questions. I'm gonna answer all of them right now because there are not so many. Please note that tomorrow an advisor will contact you over email, send you all the information you need to know, whatever you need, like now in with the questions. Let's see. Questions already have. So, all right, Jeannie Scandelari asks, what are the academic requirements to enter in psychology? Of course, Jeannie, we always ask you to have finished the high school. I don't know which is your home country, but we always ask for the homologation of your studies. If you come from the United Union, from Europe, it will be easy for you and easier if you come from a foreign country outside the Union. But in any case, you must go to the embassy or consulate, get the visa, and start in the homologation process. It takes a little bit, but we always get you months to do that. Okay, Arthur Cartau ask, which level did we need in Spanish to enter in physiotherapy, please? B2, C1. Yes, Arthur. In all the degrees, if you want to study in English, it would be mandatory for all of you to get minimum a B2, a high B2, equivalent to first level in Cambridge exam. And for the Spanish, in this case, for physiotherapy, it happened the same. You will need to get a B2 of Spanish. It's minimum, yeah. Zorana Micevska, sorry, I'm quite tired. Too many hours working. Asks, what are the academic requirements to apply for international relations full English diploma? And what is the application process like? Okay, first of all, please note and excuse me because I didn't mention that international relations, it's a bilingual program. I explain. 50% of the degree is taught in English. For example, you will have subjects as politics, politics 1, 2, and 3, or international law in English. Also, you will learn another subjects as French as a language, for example. And you will have any subject, some few subjects in Spain. So it's not actually 100% English degree. It's more bilingual, but about 60% of all the English degree. That's why we are asking also for a minimum of B2 English. So that will be the first requirement. And as the rest of the degrees, we will ask for the diploma of your high school, for the marks of your high school, because we need to assure that you finish your high school, and we need to homologate the marks of this diploma. And the application process, as I mentioned, it's within the three different tests. the language test, you will need to pass both English and Spanish tests and getting in both of them B2. About above all in English tests, and you will need to get your marks as you have finished the high school, as I mentioned, and you will must to complete the other parts of the admission process, as the soft skills test and the personal interview, the written interview. Please, guys, note that with the exception of dentistry and nursery, for the rest of degrees, the application is free, and it has like no compromise at all. So you can feel free to make them if you are interested in study with us. All right, Menisabo asks, you can study law in English then, only in Spanish? Yeah. In fact, our double degree in law and international relations, it's bilingual, and of course the international relations part gets a huge part of the program taught in English, but law is in Spanish, and really actually it won't have more sense that if law will be in another language, because outside Spain and any different country, its country works in different way from Spain in law terms. I don't know if I'm explaining good, but law is in Spanish. And Suska Wagnerova asks, hi, can I ask where in Valencia is the dormitory and what is the cost, or is it already included in the tuition fee? No, Suska, I'm sorry if I'm not saying well your names, guys. The dormitory is never included in the tuition fees or in the prices. The prices include the tuition fee and all the professor thought, and the taxes and everything, but they never include the dormitory of the students. So as I mentioned, you can choose between a huge offer of different residents. We always recommend the two that appear in the presentation, but in Valencia, for example, you have a lot of different residents or major schools like dormitories. Would you mention, or different links or agencies that will help you to get in a flatmate if you prefer to, and our own advisors will also help you to find any accommodation of your choice or would you like. So don't worry about that, it's quite easy. Jeannie asks, I do IBDP in Italy. Are there specific requirements in high levels for psychology? In fact, there are not. This is a question that always is always repeat to me when I'm in the first in schools and in Spain. And if you Jeannie, are finishing or you did already the IB, you won't have any problem. Coming from Italy would be almost like study here in Spain, so don't worry about that. Okay, Taras. I'm sorry for my pronunciation, guys. Which level we need to study grado superior in administration and which requirements we need? is the same, the degree in administration. I guess that you're referring to our business management degree, and as is full English, we are asking or requiring a B2 level of English. And the rest requirements are the same as like the other degrees we were talking all the time. The Spanish and English test, if the degree of your choice is going to be business management, you will only require to do the English test. Will be not mandatory to get any specific level of Spanish test, as you are studying in English, not in Spanish. And you will need to make the soft skills test and the written interview, as the other cases. It's the same. Okay, guys, we are asking the two last questions, and apologizing will be the last two questions of the session, but don't worry, because the questions that you have made, and if I didn't answer, we will answer it tomorrow with advisor that it's getting in contact to you, okay? So don't worry. Vale, Letitia Francisco asks, on your website, can we find some example of the English test or no? No. And please kindly know that now are getting a camera with once you're doing the English test. So it's important to make it honestly, because we will know if you will not, if you want. Hugo asks, this is our last question, guys. Hello, how long will you say the interview will last? As in, how many questions will there be? So usually the interviews are not longer than an hour. Always have between 5 or 6 questions. Remember that it's a written interview, so it's more like a motivation letter. We or university, I always say the same, but it's more like an American school or English school. It's not like a traditional Spanish university. So yeah, like note that the interview will be more like a motivation letter, not a usually interview. And all the questions are in that way. For example, usually question we always make you is like, why would you like to study with us? Why would you like to study at our university? How do you see yourself? How do you envision yourself in the following 10 years? How you imagine your life would be when you are 30? That are examples of the questions. All right, guys, I think with this we just finish our virtual session. I hope you enjoy. I hope that was useful for you. And note that choosing a university probably, and now in the step of your life, like you're living, probably choosing the right university is one of the biggest steps of your life. And it's important that compare with others, to, as I said before, envision yourself. If you like in a practical environment, if you envision yourself like making a new friend from other parts of the world, from worldwide, actually, if you like to learn doing the things, getting that practical approach that we are really proud of, always say that, and you think that Universidad Europea would be right fit for you, please, I remember, avoid to wait, until last minute, because some of the degrees of your interest are with few vacancies left. So it's my recommendation that getting in touch with any advisor as soon as possible. And I remember you that the discount it's only available until the last day of this month of this 50%. And I really thank you for being there, for being here, for accompanying me and us in this session. I'm really happy to know that you are in the other part of the world seeing us and participating with all your questions. It's an honor for me every time I'm here with you guys. So I'm really grateful for that. Thank you. Enjoy your afternoon. I don't know from where you are seeing us, but if it's in the morning, enjoy the rest of the day. If it's by night, good night for you. Enjoy the rest of the week. And thank you always for seeing us.